Hey, how you doing, you goddamn good-looking viewer? I'm Winston Pinnicle, and I'm a part of Insipid Arts, and this is our top 7 villains. Number 7, Zoran Lazarevic. Ah yes, the stereotypical, hulking, scar-sporting villain from Uncharted 2. I chose this nasty piece of work simply for the fact that I rather enjoy seeing him in the Uncharted universe. Lazarevic commands his mercenaries with strict order and ruthless determination. This masochistic leader clearly shows no regard for human life, as he's clearly wasted a few heads along the way. His self-obsessed mission, turned suicide mission, to find the Chintamani stone shows to be quite fruitful. Without stating so much at the ending, this antagonist faces quite the grim one. Number 6, Vas Montenegro.
Is insanity. Is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change. That is crazy.
To those who don't know, Vas is a crazed pirate who inhabits Rook Islands and who's clearly spent his time, intimidating, stabbing, and reciting his lines about what the true meaning of insanity is. So, sorry Einstein. Vas uses his torn mind to use to put the ever-living fear into the players with his unpredictable actions and remarks. This bastard truly defines villainous and insane. This movie-loving psycho clearly shows what it truly means to have guerrilla tactics and using the environment at his disposal. For the final encounter, Vas takes you into his Wonderland-esque battle where you duke it out until the knife finally claims a life. To the victor goes the spoils. So if you still doubt this true badass, watch the real-life Far Cry 3 promotional video and see for yourself how this crazed persona has clearly won everyone over. Number 5, Metal Sonic. This ironclad version of the blue blur strikes fast and hard just as much as Sonic can. In fact, he can do it even better. Face! Now, what's more psychologically burdening than having to fight your inner demons and doubt? Well, maybe a faster, better, stronger version of yourself. This metallic maniac was created by Dr. Eggman to finally best his opposition, and comes pretty damn close. Metal Sonic invokes fear not by terrible catchphrases or massive armies. All he has to do is show up. This ever-evolving AI can upgrade his arsenal on the go and perfect the moves with little to no effort. Considering the fact that the majority of gaming universes, the good guy trumps all, Metal Sonic is clearly a force to be reckoned with and should be dealt with caution. Number 4, Handsome Jack.
Pandora. This is Handsome Jack, your hero.
Now check out his award-winning smile, his groomed hair, and his chiseled face. Never mind. Joking aside, this narcissistic antagonist manages to be one of the ugliest things on Pandora. Now don't get this loving leader wrong. Handsome Jack can clearly show who's boss. Using his intellect and forces, he manages to step ahead of the Vault Hunters. Unless you're antisocial like me, which then turns to Vault Hunter. Handsome Jack kills off a beloved character, tricks the Vault Hunters into lowering defenses of the only place that's considered safe, and literally, now I mean literally, forces the settlement to lift and fly away from this guy. And it doesn't stop there. He manages to make people adore him with his own little place called Haven. Filled with gold statues and propaganda, Handsome Jack has made everyone want to be him, make those opposed fear him, and paint a giant red X on the Vault Hunters, which in then turns one hell of a way to start the game.
You've really become quite an inconvenience for me.
Number 3, Albert Wesker, the jack of all trades. Wesker has the intellect, physical strength, willpower, and affection to make him one serious evil candidate to take over the world. Everywhere this fashionable evildoer goes, he's got to ruin everything with a side of death and mayhem, marking his humble beginning. He was driven by his own greed for power, which later on would attempt the rise of the New Age, making him God. Sorry, Jesus. Number 2, Skola Brizari and Council.
The history of these days will be written in blood. By crushing the armies of our enemy, by seizing the weapons they thought to turn against us, we were fighting for our very existence.
Let's take a good look at Chrome Dome and friends, and he's got the ability to move thousands of soldiers and gamers all around with his speeches of such depth and passion to win the fight. The amount of inspiration within this villain is simply moving. The fact that he's got numbers alone on his side isn't the only strength, but twisting and fabricating the war in his favor is. Taking the broken, beaten, and oppressed into making the most intimidating powerhouse force the PlayStation community has ever laid their eyes on. Without spilling too much, in the events of Killzone 2 to leading to Killzone 3, only increased the motivation of Helghast soldiers already had, making them the perfect army and making Brizari and his successors simply the flawless legion of PlayStation. Number 1, The Walking Dead. Let's take a look at our number 1 spot here for a second, shall we? This isn't a stereotypical baddie with horns, supernatural armies, or overwhelming odds. It is just human nature. The zombies aren't the villains here, but it's actually the survivors within the game. Now, some of you may not agree with me on this, but you know what? Let's look at the situation without the walkers, shall we? Bandits? Check. Murderers? Check. Isolation? Check. Suicide? Violence? Painstaking moral dilemmas? Check, check, and freaking check. Having many times come across actual conflicts within the game, that would seriously damper anyone's spirits. The thing that is so realistic about this villain spot is that it already exists without the walkers. So remind me again about the monsters within each and every one of us, and what we could become given the situation. Maybe next time you'll think about stomping on that poor helpless Goomba. And this is our top 7 villains, and I'm Winston Pinnicle, and I'll see you on the flip side. Yeah.
Hey Winston.
Oh?
You know you messed up on Handsome Jack's location. It's Opportunity, not New Haven.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Wait! I can fix it! He manages to make people adore him with his own little place called
Opportunity.